Welcome. This time, y'all, we on point, right? This time we got the countdown right. Welcome everybody to another installment of We Ain't Got No Name, the internet talk show, podcast, whatever you want to call it, because we ain't got no name. So we just be here rapping, trying to uplift the community, teach you a little something, entertain, make it laugh, make it cry, all that good stuff. As usual, we coming to you live from the CKB studios in Temple Hills, Maryland. And I would not be able to do this by myself. I have my illustrious co-host.
Illustrious, right?
I learned that word earlier today, y'all. I learned that word earlier today.
Thank y'all. Aries Fire.
Where that name
You
come
liked
from?
it like that last time, so I did it this time. Again,
where you get that name from? I always wanted to ask you that.
Well, Aries, because that's my zodiac sign.
True. Okay.
Right. And then it's a fire sign. Because when I first entered the Facebook scene, like in 2011, I think my Facebook name was like, my first name was like chopped up. And it was like Godiva Melts or something like that. Like, it was so cheesy. Oh, listen, thank God for evolution, right? We all evolve. Right. And then I was like, nah, I kind of just like the whole Aries fire thing.
Like that.
And then I chose to spell it differently with the AH because a lot of people just spell it the regular way. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. Fire.
Like fire.
Yeah.
I love astrology.
Get right.
So thank y'all again. We really appreciate all the feedback and everything. And don't forget, we are still looking for sponsors. We job like sponsored by Boost Burgers and Barbecue since this is my little hustle, right? And I put, a little bit of my own money into it. So, but nah, for real, if you have a good or service or you're doing things and you would like to use We Ain't Got No Name to promote and market and advertise, please get with me, get with Aries, man. We could do business. Now.
Yeah, let's get down to it.
I am really, really excited about tonight, y'all.
I'm excited.
Tonight is a very special and personal episode for me because
Are you having a spiritual awakening?
I am. We got my OG in the house, y'all. Y'all remember when Dame Dash was on Breakfast Club and he told Solomon, "Your OG is Wendy Williams."
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Look, my OG is a woman, a phenomenal woman. Let's see. She is, and I wrote it all down, so I don't want to miss
Don't
something.
miss anything.
Let me know if I
Give
miss
it all
something.
to her. All her flowers.
We have singer, songwriter, internet and podcast pioneer host, event host, author, mother, friend, and just all around talented person, the wonderful Miss Ty Flood.
Oh, thank you. I was really listening to did you get that?
Roll the red carpet out.
No, thank you. That was a wonderful introduction.
Absolutely. You deserve it. You deserve it, man.
Thank you.
So, the reason why, I'm grinning and this is so special to me is because this woman here if it had not been for her, none of this would be happening, right? Literally, none of this would be happening. She gave me my first shot in podcast, an internet radio show back in 2016, something like that?
Yeah,
Somewhere 15, 16, somewhere around there. Because she was, as usual, was doing a bunch of stuff, and she had a internet. The word podcast wasn't even out back then. She had an internet talk show, internet radio show that she was hosting, and I guess, we'll get into that, how it happened. But she offered me an opportunity to get on there. I caught the bug, and it's been history ever since, man.
I just knew from day one you were just meant to run your mouth.
Lord. Here we go.
I was gonna say it's social media should give it away, honey. We know that.
But at no point was I thinking, you know what, I should get online and talk to people and talk about stuff. I wasn't thinking about that at all. But like I said, we'll get into that or whatever. But just to give y'all some backstory, the name of the show was called Flood the Block. Of course, her name is Ty Flood, Flood the Block. And the show was Ty herself, me, shout out to Simando, Dre, and also got to give love to Miss Melissa Honey Harris Scott, who was no longer with us. Continue to rest in peace, baby girl. She was another Mia Martin Martin and Pam. I had that kind of dynamic with her.
Yeah,
Yeah, we used
they
to
sure
argue
was.
all
I
the
was like, oh
time.
my God.
But man, I loved her, man, and she was such a bright light on the show, and we definitely continue to miss her. So continue to rest in peace, baby girl.
Yes.
And we all and did I say Dre? I think
Yeah.
And we, we used to just get up there and chop it up. Dre was like the entertainment guy. He would come in, give us all the like scoop on the latest gossip and all that type
okay.
of stuff.
Shout out to Dre Black.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Dre and Samano and everybody, man. And
Even shout out to, I would say shout out to just because it was on, can we say today, on Rip Radio.
yeah,
So shout
Rip
out to
Radio
Tori.
Network, Rip Radio Network,
Shout out to
Trump.
Jazz, like
Trump,
just a lot of
Jazz,
people
yeah,
that,
all of them,
that
man.
help
Yeah,
put
they used to
things together.
They used to put it together. We was always out there in Laurel, and our night was Thursday too. It was Thursday, 8:00,
It
just like
was,
tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we had a good time, man, and I just kind of like really fell in love with it, right? And felt like it was something that one I was pretty good at, but
How'd
I
you
just
know that?
enjoyed it.
How you know you was good at it? Like, did you
all
get
he-
feedback that
you
you was
hear,
good? Like, I
right?
just feel like he's so self-proclaimed. Right? I'm trying to figure it out.
Well,
I'm
that
just
too.
saying.
I
I
mean,
mean,
listen.
you're pretty
But,
good
you know.
now, but how did you know that you were pretty good at it then? Like, I'm just asking.
Yeah,
for
how did you
myself.
know, Boots?
Well, okay. So, of course, feedback. People, man, I saw you on the show, man. You did
Okay,
your thing.
no, that's valid.
And just feedback. Like feedback from my guests, feedback from friends and family and loved ones that were tuning in, and so I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, this,
Okay.
this,
Natural.
yeah, something like that.
I love that.
So, I'm gonna ask you a few questions about that time, and she's gonna ask us some questions.
Okay.
And we're gonna get into all that. So, how did Flood the Block even start? Well, no. Before I want to ask you off rip. Like from a little girl, like did you have aspirations of being in entertainment and showbiz?
So there were two things I wanted to be. I wanted to be, well, first I wanted to be a teacher, which is, I loved kids. And then, yes, the second thing was entertainer.
Okay.
So like I was, I just like a lot of young black folks. I started out in church. So singing in church. I think I got my first like solo or something in the choir like at age 5, and
Okay.
I was so shy. Like I think I had stage fright for a long time, which was interesting because considering I do like entertainment. But yeah, I was one of those kids that was singing at the top of their lungs in the house and singing to the Cabbage Patch Dolls. You know, remember the Cabbage Patch Dolls?
Yes.
So those are like my two first things. I love media. Like I would want to say like when it came to like media, radio, I was always listening to music, radio. One of my favorite, and I was just talking about this, like one of my favorite personalities that I didn't even really know who she was at the time was Kathy Hughes.
Oh yeah.
And just how she would talk. And she had like this lisp. And I just loved how her tone was and just, so I did like, radio. And then I actually got, while I was in school, I got a job in radio. So that actually made me kind of like, oh, okay. I like TV media type of stuff, radio media, all that. So that really started like that side of everything.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up. So, how did Flood the Block come into play?
So before Flood the Block, wow. So internet radio started with so many different people. I worked with JB from UR Scene. He had a UR Scene radio station or internet radio station way back when. Oh my gosh. I want to say early 2000s or something like that. And then from there, started working at IM4 Radio or The Flow, what have you. And that was a great experience. I actually worked on one show, and then I started my first show, which was called The Tea Time Show. So
Okay.
before Flood the Block was The Tea Time Show.
I feel like I kind of remember that.
So I did that on IM4 Radio. I was with them for a good chunk of time. Shout out to Cleveland Spears and Gaskins over there. And yeah, that's kind of like how Flood the Block got started.
Okay.
What I wanted to do, because I've always been the kind of person, like, I love artistry. So it was just like really, I wanted to have a platform where it showcased people's talent.
Yeah.
It would showcase reality too, you know. So I wanted to be able to talk about any and everything. It was really, you know, I wanted to be educational. I wanted to be entertaining. But I always try to incorporate some kind of artist feature or some kind of artistry in there, because that's just, you know, I think that is important.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we had a good time. It's always a good time. You know, it's just a lot of work. Y'all know that. It's a lot of
energy.
A lot of energy.
Lot of
a lot
energy.
of work.
Yeah.
A lot of days where you do not feel like doing it.
Hey.
And see,
And
the
you gotta
thing
come in
is,
and put a happy face on it.
listen, and you know, and during that time, especially with Tea Time, I was on the air and running the boards.
Oh, damn.
So it was just kind of like programmer and doing like programmer, producer. It was like all of that stuff at the same time. It was fun though. I mean, I'm not, you know, I definitely had a lot of fun. And the funny thing is, I was full time. I was working at a radio station. I was working at CBS Radio. And I just knew the politics behind the actual radio. And I was like, I need more stability than this. Because I would literally be at work. Because I worked in like the advertising, sales advertising side. And, you know, you come to work and they say, oh, we got bought out, or the station not on, or this person. Like, it would literally be like that. I've seen a lot of careers go that way there. So I had fun doing the podcast, but it was funny because then I remember having conversations with the program director back then, and the stations really didn't respect internet radio. They didn't think that, they just thought it was like a fad. Like they was just like, you know, they didn't
really have any value.
Yeah,
didn't bring anything.
They wasn't really understanding, like, are you, like, this is going, if you on internet radio, you're in everyone's household, basically, on people's phones. So technology really started to build up and things like that. And of course, now a lot of the major stations or networks, now they putting all their money. They putting all their money into internet radio or podcast now, so you call it. So it's really interesting to see how it's just transformed and just grown, and how so many people now, I think I started getting turned off when it did become one of those things where it was just like, now everybody wanted to do it, you know? Meaning that, not saying that people didn't have talent to do it. It was just like, I love the professional side of it.
Yes.
Like, I don't, you know, not the one where you just like, oh, you know, I'm just going to turn my camera on.
Yeah.
You know, that type of thing. So it was just a lot of mixtures of those. But I love how the podcast world have just, I mean, it's amazing to see.
For sure. The reach is just
it's amazing. And then when you see the different production that goes into it, I mean, even like this, like the setups and
staging,
doing
lighting,
all of that, like it makes it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love seeing how it's grown. So
Told you she was a pioneer.
I see. I love it. Like way back before, it was like a real thing. I love that.
What's up? So what happened that y'all needed a new co-host that allowed me to able to step in?
That's a very good question. I'm trying to remember. I think. I know why. So KD, who was originally, I think you replaced KD because KD, he had just had a baby or something. It was something to that effect.
Yeah. I think
so he had to step back. So he was like, all right, we need to get, you know, I need to get somebody else on.
What made y'all not go with, because even when he left, it was still 3 of y'all, well, 4 of y'all, if you include Dre, y'all just wanted to have.
Well, Dre initially was just doing like entertainment. He wasn't like fully on at first. But it was just, we just kind of, I think it was the time just kind of went back to the drawing board and started just looking at the production and, you know, when you go back.
2 girls, 2 guys.
Yeah, and I wanted to keep that even tone. And I wanted, with it being 4 people, everyone to have their own personality or what they bring to it. And we actually did a contest because it was a contest, right? So we did a contest. So there was a lot
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, it was a contest. And so we had, I think we did like 1 month was it 1 month? It lasted like 1 month, and we had new people come in to co-host with us for whatever. And then
I think I was first.
Were you first?
I think so.
Yes. It was a few others, other folks who are actually they're doing their thing right now, but as well. But it was a few other folks. But yeah.
Because I remember you posted about it. You posted on Facebook, hey, you know, we looking for, and I was like, I should hit. I'm gonna see. And I hit you up, and you was like, "Yeah, come up." You literally was like, "Come up tomorrow, or come up 2 days from now." And my first time on air, I still had my work clothes. I was nervous.
He was nervous.
I still had my work clothes on and everything, because I was working in DC at that time. So I had on slacks and a button up and the whole nine.
Came for an interview, child.
Yep.
I was gonna say,
Literally.
it took it real serious.
Literally, because I had never done anything like that before.
And you didn't know what to expect.
And so I walk into, and that's kind of what I was saying before about when people come here, especially people that are new to it. You know, I kind of tell them like, listen, don't worry about all the lights and the cameras and stuff, because it could be overwhelming.
Yeah, it could be
if you aren't familiar with this or have any type of experience with it, right? It's almost like stage fright.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I walk in the studio, I'm like, damn, this for real. You know what I mean? And so I was nervous, but once it was lights, camera, action, it's just kind of like you rapping, you talking, whatever. And so we did it, and everything went well. And I think I remember I hit you like 2 times, like, so what's up, Ty? What we doing? And you was like, boy, listen, just wait. Just wait. And then she hit me, like she said, about 3 weeks to a month later, and was like, we chose you. And at the time,
did you cry? Did you just play?
I was married at the time, and I told my then wife, I was like, I got it. And we was both like, what? We was like, all right then.
Not the shock.
Yeah. A little bit I was. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, you know, if you win a prize or you win a contest, you know, you one of those things everybody always say, I never win anything. So it's that type of thing, man. So
it sounds like multiple people auditioned, right? So, but what made Boots stand out? Why did Boots get the get the position? What he did? Was it the suit?
Forgot. Like,
I think it was the suit.
It was the suit.
Right.
He came in shocked. I was like, oh, he got
the suit.
So I think it was. So we had. I wanted, like I said earlier, to have different personalities, and I wanted people. You know, you could kind of feel the energy of people in the room, and just, and he could talk on every topic. So that was important too, like to be able to come in and
just have that versatility.
Exactly, and not just like if it's something that he don't know about or he don't really care, he just sitting there and just it was just free flowing, and everything gelled, you know. So it was just, so yeah. And it did. Like, we had, you know, we could have different conversations. We could have different guests. And it was always, you know, good, you know, because at times I was like, I don't want to be just holding down the whole show. I want people on the show that's going to be representing on their own, doing their own thing. And, you know, so it worked out.
It really did. It really did.
Nice.
So what made you ultimately decide to end the show? Because I was mad.
Listen, should we talk about?
Yes, but I want to answer that though. Answer that though. What made you ultimately?
So I was going through some personal things during that time, and it was some personal stuff happening. It was just a lot going on, and then also I wasn't completely happy with some of the operation of things too at the station, because we kept having issues where we wouldn't know the show we couldn't air until like the last minute. It'd be like certain things that was going on. I don't know if you remember that, Boots. Like it would be like we can't get. It was just certain things, and I didn't like how operations was kind of doing certain things. So it was a number of different reasons. So it just felt like it was just time just to take a break. And then I think it also came to a point I was just like, I'm tired. I don't know if I want to keep doing this.
How long had you been doing it at that point?
It had to be like well over maybe 10,
Really?
maybe, wait.
Well, you're
Yeah.
including the
I'm
other one
including
too.
the other shows.
TV
I'm
show.
including like everything
Yeah,
all
okay,
together.
okay.
So it was
Leading up.
definitely, yeah, it was a long run.
That makes sense.
It was a long run.
That makes sense.
But yeah, it was just different things. Just when different things all happen at the same time,
Oh,
like
yeah,
they
it's
just be coming
overwhelming.
from,
Yeah.
and it
You
just
gotta take a
like
step back.
but
Yeah.
yeah. So
Well, speaking to that, so me and Ty had a big falling out, right? We had a big falling out over that time. And let me just first say I was wrong. But at the time,
We
I didn't
knew
think
that.
I was wrong.
Go ahead.
At the time, I didn't think I was wrong.
you know what? That's the first time you've ever said
That's
that.
not true.
I really appreciate
That's
that.
so not true. I'm gonna tell y'all the whole. So what happened was, Ty decided to end the show, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be full transparent.
Oh,
Keep it a buck.
gosh.
So at this point, my head got a little big.
No
head,
shit.
My head got a little big.
That's so not like you.
And-
Oh my God. Like,
Wait a
what?
minute. Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute.
Impossible.
I'm as humble as they can be. Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, my head got a little big, and I ain't gonna lie, kind of subconsciously, I was walking around thinking, this me and her show. Like this, like people, I ain't gonna lie, people was kind of
No.
sizing me up too, and I was sizing myself up, whatever. So when she decided to cancel the show, I took it upon myself to go on Facebook and make an announcement that the show was canceled before she could say anything.
Friend.
And so,
The show you was invited on.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Who name is in the title?
Her.
I mean,
Okay, go ahead. 'Cause I'm
And so-
to go,
he had a
ooh.
lot of audacity.
I did. And so when she approached me about it, I was like, what's the big deal? I mean, we make announcements all the time. I make announcements all the time. Why is this such a big deal? And you expressed yourself, and I was like, I wasn't angry at you, but I was kind of like, whatever. But you were clearly, bothered by it, and you had every right to. I was dead stinking wrong.
Was that
to do
it?
that.
Was that how it happened?
That's exactly what happened. And so
I feel
after
like
that,
you got different stories out.
I'm trying to remember.
Okay, what's your perspective?
I remember we were going at it. It was on Messenger because we had a group chat. So was it multiple times you and I got into
I don't know.
It was aired out.
I don't think so.
Because the thing that I thought you was gonna bring up, we had like a group chat going on with the other two, with Samando, all of them, and we were it was something that had happened. And Boots had said something slick or something, and I just lost it. I was like, and we just going back and forth.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Nah.
So whatever you talking about must have been another
Now
time.
that may have happened, but the real thing that caused us to go
was a cancellation.
a couple years really without speaking was the cancellation and how I handled putting it out there and all that. Well, it honestly was not my place to do that. And so when you approached me about it, I was like, "Why are you tripping?" And I think that made you even more mad. And then we just didn't talk. And
Show
so
ended.
The show ended.
Then y'all didn't talk. Okay.
It was for years.
Yeah, it was a good 2-3 years or so that we didn't speak, and then one day, I don't know, maybe it was God, all jokes aside, or something. And I think this was around about the time that coincidentally that I was doing therapy with myself, and not even couples
Look at
therapy.
God.
And I was
Full
like,
circle.
and I was
works,
like,
don't it?
I need to make amends.
Yeah.
And so you probably don't remember this either. I hit you up
You
one
did
day.
hit- I remember
I
that.
hit you up
Okay,
one day,
Olive Branch.
and I apologized. I was like, look, I was wrong. My bad. Like that wasn't cool. And you was right, to be upset or whatever.
I do remember.
And then, we was, everything was back cool. But I saw,
I
made,
love
and
it.
the funny thing about this
Yeah, I
is that.
I was so pissed. I was like, yo, he is playing with me right now.
and ironically that we talk about this is because the other day Facebook brought that post back up in my memory.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, your announcement?
Yes.
I need you to
Yes.
You should
What?
screenshot
That
that.
might have been
Listen.
yesterday.
No.
That might have been yesterday. It was this week.
You should take a screenshot of that.
I'm gonna try to see if I can find it.
'Cause
But yeah,
that is
it came up in my
Yeah, I
memories.
want to see how he framed it and everything.
Well, that is
I remember-
that's crazy because
Hold
things
on.
happen
That's
full
not a bit
circle.
today.
yeah.
So and I believe in all of that. So for that to pop up around the same time we do this, like that's crazy.
Very much so.
I'm telling you, I'm about to see if it was today because
That
it was
is
very
crazy.
recent that happened.
But yeah, I remember it was, and we weren't even on the phone. We was just texting. We was just yeah.
Y'all was
'Cause
doing
I remember,
the,
I think
y'all
it
was doing the keyboard
Melissa
gangster.
was like called me right after, like, what the hell is going on? Why y'all cursing back and forth at each other?
But I don't
Well,
remember.
I'm happy to hear that you guys were able to actually reconcile. Like that doesn't really happen. Like
Yeah.
a few episodes back, or I feel like pretty much on every episode that we've had since Boots and I have started this back up, we've had conversation about friendships and kind of the demise and the decline of friendships. And oftentimes I like to say you're not friends with someone unless you have a test that says how you guys come out of it, right? Like the communication piece of it,
Yeah.
how it's dealt with outside mutual people,
That's
all
true.
of that takes a part in how you come back together. And oftentimes, unfortunately, it just
It don't
doesn't
work.
happen like
And
that.
you know
Because a
why?
lot of pride and ego just gets in the way.
You just
People
took it.
just, stand. And sometimes it's not even that, people will think that they right. They just stand on business and they're too prideful to say, Dag, I could have handled that a little better, or I could have done that differently.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that you
I was
guys
wrong,
reconcile, but I'm gonna say something to you, friend. Okay, because first of all, I'm trying to figure out at what point did you decide that it was the Flood and Boots show when you was the last
Well,
member on
I
there.
was, too.
I was
Like
having
forget the
Boots.
other members. You just felt like, nah, I'm the lieutenant.
His ego, but he was holding it down because I think I had to take
Okay.
some time off the show for a little bit, and so he was
So
holding
you
it down.
kind of came in and took charge
and stuff
aside
like that,
from the other.
Because I was
Okay.
like, Boots, you can kind of. So he was holding it down.
Got
so
it.
that probably was what it was, because he
Got
was
it.
like, I got it. I could do this show by myself. I can
Got
do
it.
this by
Okay,
myself.
now that makes more sense. Than like,
But that's still no excuse. But
Well, we know
I
that.
think one of the things is that, right, all jokes aside, it was something new to me. And not only was it something new to me, dead ass, I thought I was good at it. I came
Yeah.
right in. I was a natural with it. So, it's like a lot of young guys when they playing sports, right? They get in sports, they like that. They get to the NFL and they get too big for their britches, right? And they
Facts.
get in front of cameras
Yeah.
saying any old thing
Yeah.
and get on the field, showboating
Yeah.
or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I think
yeah.
like she said, there were times where I got to kind of like lead the show when she wasn't there, or even times when she was there, she kind of allowed me to kind of like, you know how on our show I kind of like do a lot of introduce the topics. Well, a lot of times she would allow me to do that as well, and so yeah. This
You
the
thought you
boots.
was him.
This
But,
the
I mean,
Flood
like
the
you-
boots.
Well, like you said, I mean, your reaction stemmed from just being hurt, and upset that this experience, this
Yes,
opportunity,
yes,
so
yes.
it
Was
makes
ending.
a lot of
Yeah.
So what I will say, not in my defense, but what I will say that I wish would have happened that would have alleviated all of that. Because you never really, I don't know if you talked to Melissa or anybody, but you never really explained to the team, hey guys, look, I got some stuff going on and I'm really thinking about shutting the show down. It was literally like, one day you was like, all right, y'all, I think this it. And so the next week's show, that might be it. So it was like, really?
Yeah, it was automatic. It like I said, it had things to do because we couldn't record shows. It was a lot of operational
Yeah.
stuff that was happening, so it was frustration there.
Yeah.
I think all of us was frustrated too at one point in time,
Right.
because we were traveling from different parts, and then you get there and it's just like, yo. So that was one thing, but the other thing was just with the personal stuff, which actually launched my nonprofit organization was just dealing with some mental health stuff and just dealing with those type of things. And I was just kind of just juggling a lot at that time. And I think I was doing too much, and it just all just started just crashing down a little bit.
So essentially, you may not have even been in the space to articulate to them
Yeah.
what was even going
I
on
was
with you
definitely
that
not
made
in
you
the
make
space.
make the decision. Yeah,
and,
that's
and if
fair.
if it was somebody, it would have been obviously Melissa, who knew what was going on, because her
Right.
and I was really close. But yeah, so with that, and then and the frustration, I was just like, you know what, after that,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap. I just ain't got
Yeah.
it in me.
And I was blown because we used to have so much fun with like Chip Talk the afterwards
It
and
was
Los
fun.
and them. It was you like people used to come up there, like you know how we're trying to get it where people can come and-
to the studio.
It was a little bit of that. People
Yeah.
would come up there because it was like a lineup of shows. So there was a show before us, a show after, and so sometimes the people that we came on after would stay, and then the show after us would come early to watch. And in my opinion, we had the most lit show out of that 3-show block, and so it was a thing. Like people bringing drinks, and it was a whole
We
shebang,
would have
man.
artists performing and
Like live singers and stuff like that. So it
I had like a little
again,
NPR going on.
yeah, so
I
again,
love
it was something that was new to me.
Yeah.
I was super excited about it, and I definitely got the big head.
well, I
definitely
knew you
got
were
it.
I knew you were going to. You know, I was like, he'll get his own show. He'll do his
So
thing.
that was going to lead into our next question.
For sure.
You want to
I
take
do.
this one?
I do. I want to know, like, how did you feel when Boots decided to continue on with this?
Now,
ownership?
be honest, because that's when we beefing. We ain't talking.
Yeah, did you? Okay, so
We're
you
not
started
talking
it
at
up
the-
initially when you
immediately.
guys weren't.
So,
how long did it take you?
So
It didn't take
when,
him long.
When Flood the Block ended, Trump came to me immediately and was like, "Bro, you know you could do your own show, right?"
Who is this?
I
This is the guy from
he
the
was
program.
the Jamal
Yeah.
of the.
Oh,
of that.
the other studio.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he was like, "I'll give you the same time slot. You pay the same money, same everything, and it's all you." And I was like, "Bet." So literally, I think we took maybe a week off, and that following week, I hit up Sonny and was like, "Hey, I'm doing this thing. You want to come up here and try to do it?" And then, boom, we went from there.
Okay.
It was quick. It was
It was
Okay.
immediate.
But I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised. I think I was just kind of like indifferent. It was just like,
Okay.
it is what it is.
Okay.
'Cause
So not super like excited. Like I knew he was gonna go do great things. It was like, all
Yeah,
right,
I was
cool.
just
Right,
indifferent
but
at
not
that
hate
time.
me.
You but not
Yeah.
Because
hate me. But yeah.
I think I literally just said F you like a few weeks before that. So I didn't care what the hell he was doing.
You
Just
know,
don't talk to
whatever.
me.
Yeah.
Look, Beazell in the comments, he called me old David
I
Ruffin.
saw it. I didn't know when to break in with that comment. I was like, okay. Hey,
But
D.
I was. But no, yeah, so right after that, I went right into and how we got just I don't know if I ever told on this new version how we became We Ain't Got No Name is that when we started the new show, I made it a contest. Hey y'all, help us find a name. Write in, text in, email in, you think a name for a show. And we couldn't in the interim we kept saying, all right, y'all, another week, we ain't got no name. And then I was like, you know what? That could be the name. We ain't got no name. And it just stuck, and
I
it just
like
went
it.
from there. But yeah, and so then we did that. But kind of to your point, I don't know if you ever known what happened.
What?
The studio, the podcast, everything.
No.
So literally, so we going, we got a good thing going, boom, 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 and I remember it was a Thursday night. We had guests. The guest.
Is that what day you guys were on? Thursdays?
Yeah, same day and time as
I was
what
on
we
there
do
like
now.
twice. I don't remember. Okay.
Yep, you sure was. And my guests that week, who I still remember, they got there early.
Okay.
So I remember, let me hurry up and get up there. And I walk in, and they're looking at me like, Boots, you better get in there.
Ooh.
And I'm like, what?
What?
And so I walk in, and Trump is like, man, we can't have no show tonight. Why? What
What?
happened? man, the dude that owned a building, blah, blah, blah. Basically, he was telling me that everything is a wrap. There's no more studio. There's no more nothing.
So not for that day, not just for
Forever.
that.
And I ain't gonna lie, I went off on him. The reason why I went off on him is because after talking to him a little bit more, and then one of my boys who had actually started his own show through Rip Radio, while we're talking, he's texting me and he's telling me, Booth, this been in the works for like a month.
Oh,
You
wow.
ain't know about this?
So he had some sort of.
his communication skills.
And
Yeah.
I kirked on him so bad.
It was terrible.
Wow.
I was mad. And so that was it. That was it. No more. I never stepped foot in that building ever again after that.
Yeah, it was
And
just,
so,
yeah.
after that, I tried to I was doing it with my phone and all, and I got dumb and old. And so, and then I kind of freelance. So people invited me onto different joints, and I shout out to Zakia. She invited me to work on hers at Listen Vision in DC, across from Howard University.
Yeah.
And so she was pregnant. She was about to have a baby. So when she went on maternity leave, she asked me to take over her show.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm taking over joints. But no, she asked me
That's
to take over
nothing.
her show while she was out. So I did that for a few months. And then, like I said, just guest on. And then after a while, I just kind of got burnt out too. And was like, because I was used to having a production. And I didn't have that anymore. And so, the years went by. But one thing that made me start this back up is that two things. One, literally, even up until this year, I would still get people, hey, Boost, man, you don't do the podcast show no more? Man, that joint used to be, I used to watch. And I would be like, wait a minute, you used to watch? You used to tune in?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't say nothing. I don't,
Don't you hate? I hate that. I hate when people do that. Don't tell me right there. Don't be saying, "Oh, I didn't want to say." Why
I ain't
not?
make
Why
no
you didn't want to
comments.
say
I
nothing?
ain't, but
You could
I used to
encourage
watch.
me to keep going.
Yes.
And stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
While
so-
you're doing that.
Why you wait
Yeah.
until it's done to say to
Yes.
all of a sudden give me my flowers? No.
And I wrestled with that thing for a long time. And when I was talking to my therapist, I was telling her, I don't want. The main thing that was holding me back, I was like kind of to your point earlier, I was like, everybody and their mother got podcasts now.
What are we going to talk about?
What we gonna talk? And I don't
Yeah.
want to be corny because
Right.
a lot of these Jones be corny.
Yeah.
All they talk about is men-women conflict
Mm-hmm.
and goofy stuff like that. And I didn't want to be in that vein. And she was just like, "Look, don't listen. You have a passion for it. You good at it. Just do it." And so Jamal and B used to always, especially B used to say, "Man, come on up here. Just we got a slot for you." And then I just did it. And then I hit her up, and everything just started boom,
Lining
boom,
up.
boom, boom, boom. So that's how we. So everything from Flood to Block, full circle. But again, it would not be none of this if it was not for her right here. So I'm definitely
Shout
giving you
out
your
to
flowers
Ty.
on that.
I love
you.
it. I love that.
So what you got going on now? I know you're doing. You like a Jamaican. You got this. You got that. Like what? Tell
That's
us what,
why I
what
get
you,
burnt out so fast because I'm
Yeah.
always doing stuff.
But that's important. You and I had to learn that. Like you sometimes you got to be like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, I started to learn that. It's still hard sometimes, but like I mentioned, when I stopped doing the podcast, I started focusing on my nonprofit organization. So I started getting really into mental health and wellness during that time, and yeah, did that. Wrote a few books. So I wrote.
You.
Well, one is an anthology. It was just like a chapter, but.
Okay.
I wrote Project Me, 30 Days to a Better You, which is an inspirational book, a workbook with that. I wrote a children's book, Mommy Sad and I Don't Know Why. I was actually just at Turner Elementary, I think it was last week, and read that with fun. So that was a great. That was a great experience because this book is so old, and I was just like, okay. And then I also was part of, I don't know if you guys know Tamika Page, Page Group. She had an anthology a few years ago. she is, oh my God, she her living in her own experience. And I'm saying it all wrong, but that became an Amazon bestseller. It was like 48 women all together who wrote in this
Nice.
anthology piece. So many,
Black women.
yeah,
I love that.
powerful stories. The book is really based on trauma healing and things like that, and just telling different stories, like how their story came to life.
Wow.
So
That's
it's a really
impressive.
powerful book. So
That's
make
dope.
sure you guys pick
What's
that
the
up.
name of it again?
She has experience.
Okay.
So it's telling, and I, like I said, I'm probably chopping it all up, but she has experience. But yeah, so a great anthology.
So not too long ago, I was on a little dating show with you, and that was cool. So you're not doing any other podcasts or in front? You're not in. You're not in front of the microphone nowhere.
So I did start getting back into music. But as far as the show or podcast, no. So I was working doing the dating pool show over at CTV. So I did that for a few months. I did that this year. It was a cool experience. It actually just got my feet back into being kind of in the spotlight, because I just been in the back chilling, So this year I really started getting back into doing a lot of stuff. And that was just one of the things, because I was trying to figure out, do I want to do a podcast? And I'm like, I don't want to do no damn podcast. I don't know if I feel like doing that. I wanted to see what other things I wanted to do. But I was like, let me try it out, and at that time, it was just, okay, this is fun. We could talk about dating. We could talk about all this stuff. But then after a while, it was just like, I don't think this is for me at this present time. So another thing that I wanted to do, that I said I was going to do this year, was to get back into music. So worked with a few artists. Shout out to Jai Witness, Andrew Jackson. They have two albums out that I'm featured on.
Okay.
And so just trying to get back to the certain passions and passion and purpose.
What's your genre of music?
I'm an R&B,
Okay.
soul girl,
Love that.
to the heart. It's so funny because it's like I mentioned, having stage fright, and nobody know. And I'm very introverted too. Like I'm an introvert at heart. I really am.
I ain't never seen that side.
Everybody say that. Nobody believes I have stage fright. I think it's just because I don't know how. I don't know how, but God. But it's one of the things was I had stopped singing a long time ago, just because my stage fright and anxiety was just getting too much. And I've been able to balance it out and deal with it this year. So it's been fun, just kind of doing the whole music journey.
You know something I wanted to ask you, and you better give me a real answer.
Oh God.
So Pete, about a year and a half or so ago, I see this one at a party. Oh, Tom, what's up? Da, da, da. You know what I'm saying? We busting it up, rapping, whatever. She say, Boots, what you got going on now? I say, nothing. I got something in the works that I think you might be good for. My eyes lit up like stop signs. Like, oh yeah. Mind you, this is around the time that I'm milling over. I want to get back into the podcast.
Wait, how long ago?
I did have an idea though.
You said some months ago?
No, like a year and a half ago.
Okay, year and a half.
So I'm like, oh, this is it. This is the opportunity. And I'm thinking, if it's me and Ty, we about to take this game over. And I never heard nothing else about it. And I hit her up a couple times and was like, what's happening? I'll get back to you. So I want to know, what was that? What did you have in mind? Like, what? Do you remember that?
I apologize first off, because
I ain't the only one apologizing.
Started with an apology
blame it on
right
my
away. I love it.
ADD, because my brain, because I was.
But do you remember that?
I do remember,
Okay.
because I did have a good idea. What was the idea though? I have it written down somewhere, but I had like a good idea for
something
a
like
show.
this?
For a show, yeah. And I can't remember what the thing was like trying to figure out like what would we be talking about and things like that. But I did have an idea, and I cannot remember what the idea was. But then once I did that, then I was getting pulled in all these different directions because I was working. So I was just like, all right, what do I want to do the most? But then I got offered the dating pool thing, and I was like, let me see if I kind of feel it.
Because when you got on that, I was like, oh, now she's gonna do that with homeboy.
I know.
We supposed to be, yeah. But nah, it's all good. But yeah, that just I honestly was excited to work with you again, which is why I was excited to have you on tonight. But I always wondered that, like, I wonder what she had.
I got sidetracked.
What she had going on.
I got sidetracked. I'm gonna have to. I think I did tell you though.
Nah,
I thought I told
we
you.
never. We
It was
I
just
mean, we were in the
something-
middle of a party, so of course we didn't really talk. And
But
we
you
never,
know, when something's in
we
your
never had a
brain,
conversation
like when your
about it.
creative brain, just you be having these different eyes. So I was just, like I said earlier this year, especially, like I was this full creative. I was like literally getting my creative juices back flowing, and so I was just like thinking of all these different things. I'm like, baby, we could do this, we could do, and yeah, I was all over the place.
Well, we definitely, me and Aries have been talking about where we want to take this and, you know, different things we want to do. So we definitely may be consulting with you.
I love it. I mean, you guys, I think the good thing is you guys have done this. Like, you have the history, you already have the following and things like that. A wonderful location. So it really is all in what you make it, you know?
Yeah.
And I think one of the most important things is to have fun. Have fun with it. Make it entertaining. And when I say have fun, it's because are you dying?
Yeah, I want to know. Like, do
You
we
need
need
some
wait,
Maybe-
you
I
got
don't think
teardrops?
that's water. Are
Mom,
you
can I have some
crying?
water? Because I don't trust her. I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know. I
we-
promise to God, I don't want to do
Mom,
CPR
can we
today.
get-
Not tonight.
can
It
we
wasn't
get-
tonight. I don't. You okay? This is not staged, people. This is not staged, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know.
No, the thing is, he's always coughing, right? He's always coughing. So I look over at him and I'm like, "You good?" He like, "Yeah, this stupid cough." So I really didn't know he was over there like losing
About to die.
oxygen. I didn't know.
But I'm like,
I didn't know that he was
Jojo,
losing
what?
oxygen.
I'm good.
You,
But he's so nonchalant about it. Like, nigga, you was just over here dying. What you mean?
oh God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Nah, so I get like,
God.
I get like this post nasal drip,
Right.
Oh, those things are the worst. Oh my God.
and I swear to God, it always happens at the most inopportune time.
Yeah, you
things
cough
are
on the
the
show all the
worst.
time.
Those
All
things.
the time. Or it's probably because you're talking too,
Yeah.
like, right? The constant talking.
Yeah. But yeah, I was saying,
Right.
you know, as far as, because I think one thing, and it's a love and hate thing with the entertainment industry in general, because it's always a competition, you know?
Yes.
And when you start getting into that competitive mode, it's hard to have fun. It's hard to really enjoy.
You
this
lose
thing.
sight of just what
Yeah,
you're
you
doing
lose
and what
sight,
you're naturally,
exactly. Yeah, so
organically doing. Yeah, I can see that.
So yeah, I think, you know, just staying true to who you guys are and stuff like that, like, and just have fun. Just have fun with it.
Well, I appreciate that. That's some good advice. I definitely can understand
Because
that.
a lot of people always say, "What y'all be talking about? What y'all be talking about?" And honestly, ever since Flood the Block, I have kind of used that model, right? Have people on, they talk about their business, talk about their whatever they doing, and then we talk about regular topics or whatever. And so,
Yeah.
And it's important that everybody's not scripted, right?
Yeah,
like, it's like,
yes.
just bring your
Yes.
authentic, like,
Yes.
ideas, opinions, you know, and things like that. And I think
when
that
people
just
would
helps it flow
ask,
better.
Like what we talk about, you know, on Flood the Block or any of, I just like everything. whatever we
Whatever
whatever we
we
feel
feel
like
like
doing.
talking
Yes.
about
Yeah.
that
There's no
day.
one answer.
There may be some certain things like we may say, let's highlight or give some, if we did certain segments, we would highlight certain things, because I think we did like an entertainment segment.
Yeah.
We talked about sports or just certain
Yeah.
things.
That's how I started. I did the sports
culture,
segment.
yeah, the culture stuff. But yeah, just trying to make it to where it can touch whoever and kind of be entertaining in that point.
Mhm.
So, but I think it really is in all, just how the setup is of the show, like how you want the show to flow, what you want to do, what do you want people to get out of it, after they watch it, type of thing.
Yeah, that's
And think
what's up.
about how you are as a consumer, like
Yes.
when you're watching other podcasts, like. What do you see that you don't like? What do you see that you do like? What is giving you that? Like you were just talking about earlier with the other show. Just
Yeah.
how you was just like, this ain't, this is boring.
What
or
gives
this
you the
is-
blah?
Yeah, and it's just like, nah, I'm not going to do that on my show,
Right,
Because nah, I don't
Yeah.
want
Right.
to looking.
Because if it's not something that you enjoy
Exactly.
consuming, right, it's not something you would want to put out there.
exactly,
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
I've had people hit me up about being guest or what have you,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to talk about this, that, and the fourth, and I have to remind them, listen, we talk about people's businesses or if they doing whatever in the community, but at the end of the day, it's all about entertaining people.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep people's attention, and you have to keep them entertained, whether they laughing, crying, whatever.
Right.
And so that has to be the number one goal. And so that's always my number one goal when I make these production sheets, when I figure out who's gonna be the guest, when I talk to her about what we're gonna do this week, is okay, is this gonna keep people's attention?
Yep.
Are
90
they gonna
minutes
be
a long
entertained?
time.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
everybody's attention span is
Listen, I
It's
feel
like
like
that.
all of ours with the scrolling and the
everything.
internet
It's-
and all of
it's
that.
quick. It's just kind of quick
Yeah,
to it.
yeah,
That type
yeah.
of thing.
Get to it.
So,
Wrap it up. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you do the talking because I'm clearly over here,
Let you do
Done.
the
and ain't
talking.
nobody give me heart palpitations or
Well,
what's it
You
called?
mean, see, listen, you only need
CPR,
to
I was
none of
going
that.
if you're unresponsive.
like
Wait
one
till I
more-
fall out.
I was
That's
waiting one
when
more
you
minute.
do CPR. It's when you're unresponsive. You will still
Friends,
breathe.
How many of us?
Yeah,
have
you
them?
were still breathing, but I was going to give
Barely.
it like one more minute, and then I was going to see. You
Look,
know,
that-
I did at first. I was going to keep talking. I was just like, I'm gonna just ignore him. Maybe he haven't. But then I was like, no, wait a minute. Let me just shut up. And
Yeah,
That's
my
how y'all know.
situational awareness wasn't too good because I didn't realize you was like at that
You
point it was
really
going
tried
dark.
to play it off.
I was like,
and then all of a sudden it's like,
yeah,
wait a minute.
right.
He
That's
over
how
here.
y'all know this real deal. It ain't nothing scripted. I almost died on camera, y'all.
On camera.
This is really real.
Yeah,
so
would've been
yeah,
so traumatic.
All right, let's get into it.
it'll make for great TV. Then.
It would have made for great TV. That shit would have been so traumatic.
Oh my
like, oh
God.
my
That
god.
would've went
I don't
viral.
need, yeah,
I was like-
I don't need the views. I don't
That
need
I was
the
just
clicks.
sitting there. I didn't even do
I
nothing.
wouldn't have been no good. I wouldn't have been no good. All right, y'all. We're gonna go into topic number one.
Okay.
All right. So when first meeting or like dating someone, are there specific rules of engagement? Specifically, like, do you become friends and follow each other or not? Why or not? And is seeing the person you're dating. Wait, are all of this goes into topic one? Yeah, all right. That's because it's a lot of it's a lot of variables. But anyways, is seeing the person that you're dating liking pics from the opposite sex a red flag?
Well, kind of the way I wrote it out
Right.
was like you start with the first question, and then we talk about that, and then as we're talking, you go through the rest. You
So you
understand
do
what I'm
like
saying?
Okay, no, I got it now. Yeah, and that's
basically-
why
You ain't doing
we need
space,
those. But no,
and-
we
or
need.
no period.
I ain't
No,
do
he
no-
didn't give it
punctuation.
bullet point. Yeah, like a subject title and then bullets to it. But that's all right. We
There are punctuation. There is punctuation.
Yeah, no, there's question marks and dots. But anyways, okay, so when first meeting someone or dating them, are there specific rules of engagement?
Like, meaning like, is it, do you not do this? Do you do that? Like, especially as far as like how much of yourself you reveal.
I definitely don't feel. Actually, I'm the kind of person go with the flow. but I don't reveal my whole business or like the first date,
Right.
and maybe not even the second or third. It really just depends. It really depends on just the energy, the chemistry. What was the question?
What about you? What you?
I would say that I'm gonna be honest. In today's dating, I could totally see where like censorship is mad important. People are like just vicious, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
people really do intentionally take things and use it to like just maliciously use it against you, right? But if I can be honest, in my experience, it's the total opposite of that. Like, I don't intentionally like want to tell all my business. I just feel like if I'm vibing with this person
Right.
and it's organic, I tend to just kind of lay it all out there on who I am, right?
Yeah.
But I can see now how, in today's dating scene, you kind of have to be very
Very
conscious
careful.
and reserved, which now takes the organic piece out of it. It's not organic because now you're constantly kind of bringing yourself back from mentioning something or sharing something because
That's
you're
a
like,
good
all right,
point.
not too
Yeah.
soon. So
Yeah.
it's very just kind of calculated, if you will.
Yeah.
So, but again, in my history dating, it's like, all right, as we go along, because I don't like the interrogation Q&A type of
No,
stuff,
it
right?
has
Like
to be
you ask me
organic.
and I ask you,
Yeah.
and so it's like if he asks me one thing, it may lead to me telling him 3 different things. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah, I agree. It has to be organic. It has to be a conversation.
yeah,
Like you said, not an interview, not an interrogation. And things come up just in conversation, what we have in common, hell, what we don't have in common, and so on and so forth.
yeah.
I think
But
it's different, and everything is different with different age. Like,
Oh yeah.
maybe
At
five.
this age.
At this age, it's totally different than
That's
how
our
it was
tag.
like maybe even 5 years ago or things like that. It just kind of changes because it's just like, okay, now it's like, to your point, you get into the free flowing, you start talking, and sometimes that's good because you're able to see that you guys can vibe. You're also able
Yeah.
to see if what you're saying to this person is turning them off to the point where you're just not for them.
Yeah, and we don't need a
Or
second
vice-
date.
Exactly.
Just
We
wrap it
don't
up.
need to waste each other. I think
Exactly.
at this age, it's like we don't need to waste each other's time. So it makes it a little different as far as how communication goes
I agree.
because you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste nobody else's time.
What about social media? You meet somebody, y'all start dating. Do you add each other as friends on Facebook? You follow each other on Instagram, TikTok?
We may lead up to it, and it's funny because my significant other is sitting right across from me, and
That's why I'm so glad we're talking about this right now.
and I'm a very private person. I'm a private person in general. I share what I want to share, so it's just like and. People, I just don't. Social media can just be tricky.
Oh yeah.
It could be a little
Oh,
tricky.
yeah.
It could be a little tricky, and some things you just want to keep sacred.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think, like I said, maybe years ago I would have been sharing. So we follow each other, we support each other, we do all that stuff. But it's like little bits. It's what we want to do, what feels good. But I'm not big on. Oh, we need to follow each other immediately. We need to make an announcement. Remember when people used to be pressed to change their status?
Baby, they still do.
Do they do that?
Oh, baby, they still do.
I remember when people used to be
still
so
do.
pressed to change their
Yes.
status on Facebook like it mattered.
And then go silent when it's over. And I'm like, no, we
Right.
want no now. Like we're
Right.
part of the crew now.
My
We're-
favorite one was it's
Like-
complicated. Because they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
like,
yeah.
why it's so complicated? What's going on? That was the favorite. that
But
was
to
the
your
favorite
point,
one.
people still do stuff like that. Even so much is that people will make a post, almost like an announcement post with a picture, and like blur out the other person's face,
It's like, why post it?
or just put like
it was a lot of the him for me.
or just
The name of him.
or just post a picture of them holding hands like
Yeah,
this,
I hate it
like
so
us,
much. I
the
hate
new
it so
us, or
much.
something.
I hate it so much. It's like the debut is it kills me. The debuts.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Ambiguous debuts kills me.
cut-
Like
What are you doing?
No, Ty, you laughing because did you do it? Ty, did you do that?
No, I haven't
Oh, I
done that.
thought you was like,
I had to think about it though.
Right.
I had to think about it.
Right.
But no, I don't do that. But it's just funny because I've seen. I know
Hell
exactly
yeah. No, it's a
what
real
you're talking
thing.
about.
It's a real thing.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
you know,
Yeah.
people.
I've seen that. I could know a couple of people off the top of my head right now, women, of course, who
Why
are
gotta be
in,
women, of
'cause
course?
it is,
Right.
and they in relatively new relationships, and they both have made couple posts that are like, they letting it be known, I'm in a relationship, but you don't see the nigga. All you see is like a picture of them holding hands, or like one young lady, they went on a trip, I guess, and she posted a picture of them while they were walking, like on the beach from the back. So no faces, no nothing.
No
And it's
face, no
like,
case.
Does that irritate y'all though? Like, do y'all want to
wouldn't
see
say
the face?
I would say it irritates me, but I'd be like, this is dumb.
At this age.
Where do you feel like
And I
people?
want to comment
just-
that
Where do
too.
you feel like the best time for people to expose? Hey, this is my, when to post your significant other.
I think it's when you feel comfortable to do so, right? Because I am the type of person that feels like I do think that there's a line, right? Blurred as it may be between like secrecy versus privacy, right? And I think secret is, constantly trying to hide that you have someone. Privacy is you and this person have mutually agreed that we know what we got over here. We're building this solid foundation. I don't need to be on you all through
Right.
your socials.
Right.
And you don't need to be all through my socials.
Right.
And if we're out and people see us out, we ain't not about to be out.
Right.
We out. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. But so I think it all depends on the dynamic, and y'all just staying in communication with what works best for you. So I wouldn't say that that's necessarily irritating. I kind of think it's childish. A little bit. It's a little like,
So
show him, sis.
my right.
Said, just hold a hand,
Yeah.
just one hand, just swing it, and you can't even see
Showing
who
the
it is.
back.
My answer
Yeah.
to that question is I don't think, me personally, I wouldn't necessarily want to make an announcement post or post anyway. It would be extremely organic in nature, right? Like, you might all of a sudden see a picture of me and somebody out at an event, and it's clear we're together at this
Right.
event. We not just homeboy, homegirl taking a picture together. It's clear, that we're, and that's it. And just like any other picture, right? But as far as like purposely posting something and saying, what how the sayings be, new year, new person, or
something. Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. Like, shut up.
Or my personal favorite, mind your business. No, baby, you just let us in.
Right.
Show me.
That's so interesting
I
to be
wanna
like, how
see
you
it.
gonna tell
If
me
you
to mind
know,
my
you know.
business?
If you
when
know,
just
you
put
know.
it-
That one. If you know, you know.
That's the
But
one
we
that
don't, and
irritates
we
me.
want to. Like,
You saying something
reveal.
now? If you know, I don't know, and I should know.
And now I feel like at this point, like the lead up of that, you got to do a reveal, like gender reveal. You have to,
You have to.
right? Like at
we
some
already
point,
invested.
Yeah.
We already invested.
We done already watched
Yeah.
2 episodes. We in.
We in it at this point.
So yeah, I ain't doing all
Yeah.
that. But I
It has to be
I-
organically.
I
yeah.
do feel like when you first meet somebody you're dating, we don't need to be following each other on social media immediately. Now, if we already do,
Yeah, that's different.
That's
then
one thing.
it is what it is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But just off rip, nah. You
Yeah.
know, we can kind of get to that at some point, or maybe not.
Yeah,
I know couples who don't follow each other at all.
yeah.
You know what
There
I
are
mean?
couples that do that.
It's about whatever works for the both of you.
Absolutely.
But social media for most of us is such a part of our lives. I definitely think it's something worth discussing.
Yeah,
Let's have a discussion
Yeah.
about how you
Yeah.
feel, how I feel.
you have to.
Yeah, and all
Dale.
that.
I mean,
No, conversation has
yeah,
to be
you
had
have
for
to
sure.
have a conversation
Yeah.
because it even goes to those conversations that you hear about where it say, "Hey, liking each other, other girls' posts or liking the opposite
That was the
sex
next
posts."
question.
Or conversations about announcing, like letting people know that you have someone. The conversation with it's like one of those things where they always talking about, if can we Can we, post on other people's account? Can we do? Is so many different little things. Some of the things is kind of
Caveats.
petty. Like I'm just like, but you can't be too sure of how someone's security level.
Yeah.
So the question to y'all is, can your folks if you see your folks liking other girls' pictures and stuff, is that a problem?
No, it's not a problem.
What if she's scandalously dressed? Is that the word?
Scandalously, I don't know. Maybe. Don't worry about it. We understand what you're saying.
Yeah, in the picture, and he like it.
To me, it's levels. It's levels.
It
I'm gonna
depends.
try to make this make sense. You know how when you're following someone, Facebook, IG gonna almost tell on you, right? Because I can, on my timeline, it will say such and such has commented on this, or such and such likes this
You can turn
page,
that
or
off.
such a. Right, but I'm just saying, right?
Turn that off.
Me and my significant other following each other, and I'm just randomly trying to look at my little feed, and every other post, every 5 posts I see, your significant other done liked this page or liked this
I
photo,
can't do that.
and it's all women all the time. Houston, we got a problem.
Yeah.
Because the thirst is real. Like I don't get that. Like ass and titties is like so easy to see everywhere. I feel like I'd rather you be watching porn than be on IG and Facebook just like scouring like heart,
Right,
googly
at
eyes,
least
heart,
somebody know
heart,
what you're
heart.
doing.
You know what I mean? Like be a little undercover
yeah.
with it. Like it's weird to me.
That's
weird,
yeah.
It's like ass titties, ass titties, ass titties. Like I don't know. It's a no for me.
Because it's like, okay, so this is what your algorithm is like.
That's it.
What's going on?
Sit.
What's going on?
I don't like it.
But I don't
Maybe
think
do
it's
it.
a problem to, that may be a little weird just to constantly do it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Maybe
I would agree.
it's not that it's a problem of doing it. It's just like, how much are you doing this? How much time are you putting into, this?
I would agree with that. I agree with you. There is levels. Well, maybe I can't say because some people act like they don't. But there is a level of inappropriateness when it comes
Absolutely.
to that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
you better damn not, don't be in no DMs.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
You don't need to be complimenting. Now, you don't need to go that far and complimenting people, send them a DM. They don't need to know.
Wait,
how
you mean
feel.
just the DM, or what if they complimenting them on the feed? Like looking good,
Even that
googly
too.
eyes, heart eyes. Oh, you always looking good.
I had
every
I
time
had
you
an ex
looking good.
that would have. It
Ty, I
was,
saw you on the We Ain't Got No Name, so you was looking good, girl.
Right.
Wink, wink.
or what is that smiley face with the tongue out and
Yeah.
the thing?
Uh-huh,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I remember it was one time I went out my ex and I was just like, is that your favorite emoji or something? Like you can't think of nothing else to post other than it's like, what does that mean? So yeah. I was a little immature
Yeah,
at the time.
very much so.
But it's crazy because the emojis, they are meant to express an emotion.
Yes.
And at the end of the
That's why they
day,
call it
there
emojis.
are multiple to use. You could have just did a little smiley
Or
face,
none at all.
but you
Or
got
none
none at
at
all.
all.
Maybe just words, right?
But why are you sticking
heart,
your tongue
eyes,
out?
tongue
So
out,
you think
like,
just because it's with the
yeah,
little yellow
no.
dot that is going to excuse the behavior?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Immediately not.
Yeah,
Immediately
I
not.
agree.
Change that.
No.
What about being in pictures with the opposite sex? Like
Depends.
like if they just out, right? Maybe they out watching a game and they're at Lisp or the Fish Market or Shark Bar or any of these places, and of course they see people and they know that they know, and they like, let's take a picture. Like
Every week that my man go out to a happy hour, I gotta go through my feed and see this man in a picture that some
I ain't say
female
every
done
week.
raised her
I
phone
ain't say
to.
every week.
So I mean, if it just I know that he went to a little meet and greet somewhere, or he went to a little happy hour and he was in a photo. No, but again, levels to it. If it's he's out every Friday or every week, and maybe we've established that he goes out after work, and I'm good with that, right? But now I'm questioning, what's your motive for going out? Are you truly just going out, meet people, have a little drink, and then you coming home, or is it to be seen? Because why are women comfortable enough that every time they see you, it's a come on, it's a no.
I think it
we doing?
really comes down to knowing your partner, like knowing who you're with, because there's certain situations where, depending on the industry that they work in or what they do, you have to kind of ask yourself, okay, this person, for example, this person could be a promoter or a socialite in some sense. Am I comfortable dating this type of person who I know females are going to be in their face all the time?
Correct.
That type of thing. Or you date someone who is with them social media, what are they called again? The
Influencers.
Content
or
creators.
something like that.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable dating someone who has people in their comments all the time, people that's going to be in their DMs all the time, getting so you really have to check and see, be comfortable with who your partner is, be comfortable with who you are, to really accept those type of things. But if it's just random, like, I
just got a 9-to-5 man.
Right,
you can't be in everybody's photos.
Just out, just hanging out because you just want to do this, and you know everybody. Which DC is very small. This area is very small. I think once again, like you said, is levels to it, because I'm like trying to play it out in my head of like what bothered me with certain things. It just really and it just depends on who the person is.
Yeah.
Because if I trust you, really, because you can be with someone and deep down not really trust them.
Of course.
Because you may have that like, I don't know. I love them,
because of
but
how
I
you
don't
met
know.
them.
That too. So it's just so many different layers to it. It's so many different layers. But I think the best thing is to be honest. Like, if it's something you don't like, you better say it up front. Don't even.
And that's what I say.
Yeah.
Because I'm a person that has dealt with that type of energy, because I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people, and a lot of the people I know happen to be women, right? And especially with, like I said, there was a time where I was doing a podcast. We was throwing parties. I got the juice business. I do the barbecue thing. Like, I be on social media like that. So, I know people. I meet people. I've lived in this area my entire life. Went to all my schools and everything here. Worked here, whatever. So when I'm out places, I see people. There's no way around and getting around it, and that could be a lot for somebody.
It can.
And so it really is important, to your point, to really know yourself, along with your partner, know what you can and can't basically handle, or what would be cool.
Right.
I know I try my best though to try to make the person that I will be with understand that they are the priority.
You have to.
Yeah.
When you're in this kind of field.
And to your point, which will aid me in doing that, is for us to have that conversation and the person to say, hey, Boost, listen, I feel a little way about this. Or can we talk about this? I want to know, because I want to tell you how I feel about it, and I want your perspective. And then we can come to an agreement, a compromise, or something. Or I can say, man, I need to chill out. Right? When I'm out, and they be like, oh, let's take a picture. Nah, I'm good. Because what she wants and her comfortability is more important than all that shit y'all talking about when I'm
That's true.
Out somewhere. So it's like a lot of things that all boils down to transparency and communication.
Yep.
That's it, man.
It really does. It really does.
That's it. That's all.
Because you can make it work,
Yeah.
I think just because you're taking pictures with, the opposite sex doesn't mean anything. Y'all cool and things like that. So, I think it's just about the level of respect.
Absolutely.
With it.
Sia, shout out to Sia. Sia said, publicly introducing your significant other on social media comes off as a little immature. Sharing an authentic post from a shared experience is fine, but even then, it's a fine line. People can be unpredictable and messy.
Listen,
Here,
I ain't got time for the messiness, child.
I think that's most people's motive.
Yeah.
I will, in their defense, those people's defense, I think a lot of the apprehension or the reluctancy to post their partner does come from a sense of being afraid of outside people influencing it, right? But that goes to my point of making sure, like, before you do them little subliminal posts, because now we got our eye on you. Now we definitely know you got a little something, and we about to dissect this whole picture and try to figure out who's in it. But you and your partner should be constantly talking, building that foundation where, listen, if we know mutual people, it shouldn't be anything. By the time we get out and make this thing official and everybody know what we doing, it shouldn't be anything that another woman can come and say to me about you ever that I don't know. And it shouldn't be anything that a man should be able to come to you and tell you that you don't know. Right? Don't embarrass me and don't have me out here looking crazy. So that's what it's about. Like, spend that time just building that foundation, and like, you understand, so that you're ready, because people gonna be messy, they gonna be insecure, they going, oh girl, I had them, girl, somebody had me before, and somebody had you before too. Like, what we doing? What we talking about?
I mean, that's important. It's just like, don't embarrass me.
That's it.
Respect me. I'm gonna respect you. Let's, it's about that respect, and because you can't control what other people want to do. You know what I'm saying? You just can't.
You cannot.
You can't. So I think, like, to your point, making sure that y'all are comfortable enough having those conversations is really, really important, because people they just want to say and do whatever they want, just because some people just spiteful. Some people they live for the drama. They live for So
I feel like I completely agree with you guys, but I also feel like, and maybe I'm basing this off my life, I guess, is that if you are concerned about outside people being messy because you have put it out there that you're in a relationship, what you got going on? Like, what's going on with you? Or what happened with you? What's up with your ex? What's up with whoever? Because why? Right? Is there somebody out here that really, really like you and really like be kirked out over you? Like, is there a dude out here that think he your boyfriend, but you walking around like, I ain't with that nigga. Like, what's going on? Right?
I don't like how you looking at me asking that question though. That question is not for me.
Listen, that's your time to
because
admit.
I just feel like I know people are messy and all that.
Yeah.
But a lot of times that don't come out of nowhere, right?
Sometimes they do.
Absolutely.
And the funny thing about it is the adults we talk about bullying. Like, when you see the level of bullying some of these adults do on social media,
it should be studied. It should be studied.
Like, you too old for this.
It should be studied.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So it's just, and to your point, like, you shouldn't really care. It shouldn't really matter. It's not. It shouldn't make or break your situation. But that's why I just feel like it's just important just to protect it, as best as you can.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean hiding it. That doesn't, just protect it, and and have those conversations.
I agree. And the utmost priority has to be the comfortability of the person that you're with, right? Especially if y'all locked in. I ain't talking about necessarily dating, but if y'all locked in and all that, then what she said. I know she said something.
She said, no, Boots, people definitely are just crazy. You definitely cannot predict what people do or won't do. She got a story. She was like, I got a story. I think we all do. Like you said, like that guy that's like geeked out over you. Like, he may have never even sniffed it before. I have seen this happen. I have had this happen. But men will shit on your name because it's not them. And when they see you serious, absolutely.
Men are the worst.
Yes.
Men are the worst.
Yes. They will absolutely shit on your name, shit on
That's
you.
Some sucker shit, man.
It happens.
It is.
All the time.
It is.
All the time.
I just turned 50 years old, and I'm proud to say I ain't never.
Good job. Good job.
Like, because I would worry so much about how that would make me look.
And that's the thing. And I think to that point, I've had this conversation with a male friend. And I was like, yo, like, do they understand, like, to a woman that is mature and understands, like, I'm looking at you weird for bringing it to me.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
Yes.
Like ick. It's a ick that you would even,
They don't
right? Because I ain't even
understand
checking
that.
for you. So now I'm like, man, you ain't ever been checking, or even if you was checking, like get at me on your own merit. You ain't gotta sit there and dirty Mac another dude just to be on some, like highlighting yourself. Like present your own self.
It'd be
It's
funny.
icky. It's icky for
Oh,
me.
you messing with that nigga Boost now? I heard about him. I heard he.
that. That's
I don't,
it.
be
See,
careful
that's
because
exactly
I
how
heard
it be happening.
I ain't trying to gossip or
Right,
nothing
right,
like that.
right,
'cause
right.
I don't do that, but
Dudes be
I
doing
heard
that though.
yeah.
Listen, you did a good job. That's exactly
That's
how
exactly
it comes.
how
That's
it
exactly
sounds.
how it comes out.
That's crazy.
Yo,
though,
it
man.
happens.
It's crazy
It
work.
happens.
It's crazy work, but it happens.
Yeah.
So
Y'all
and once
some
again,
suckers.
you can't control.
You cannot control what
control
people
other
do.
people.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
So
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It can happen to the best of us.
The best of us. All right,
All
so
right.
we're gonna go on to topic
Yeah.
2. And he, let me tell y'all, he's so petty because I sent him this topic. I shared the note with him and he was like, well, what is this about? So I leave him a little audio like explaining what I had kind of heard. And he was like, all right, well, this is what I'm gonna do. This gonna be your part and you just gonna explain. I was like, whatever. Okay. So on here he has Aries topic number 2. Anyway.
I put it on there as Aries
He
topic.
really did. Like wrote it out like that. Anyway, listen, y'all, marathon dating. Have you ever heard the term? Mm-hmm. I had never heard a term. I was like 2 weeks ago years old when
Yes.
I heard it. And I will not reveal my source because I feel like I want to protect this guy by any means necessary. But he is out here giving some guy, what is it, going against the guy code or whatever.
Okay. He's Steve Harvey out here. Okay.
Wait. So
But essentially, marathon dating is, and I essentially was like, oh, so this is just another form of male manipulation or man manipulation. So essentially, it is when you meet a guy, he decides to take you on a date. He has already premeditated how he's going to get your draws at the end of the night. And essentially what this is him planning out all these dates to the very last date ending up being near his house and creating this vibe where you can't say no to go back to his house to let him pop. So the
it's
date
date
may
rape?
be not necessarily. Hear me out. So what he's right, she went shade
You went all
too.
the way
Wait. So essentially, like, all right, it's Saturday. Y'all may decide to go to lunch. So y'all picked it. He picked this spot. Y'all go to lunch at 1 p.m. Average lunch date gonna last maybe a couple hours. Y'all have a good conversation. You out the door, right? But he's going to then present date number 2 in a sense where it just came to his mind because he's vibing so well with you. Like, y'all
the
vibing
vibe.
so much. Like, I kind of like don't want the day to end, right? Like, you want to go, like, you into da-da-da-da-da, let's go bowling. So now y'all go bowling. Y'all eat up another 2.5 hours.
Harmless.
Then after, it's like, all right, now it's like 5, 6, sunset.
Let's see how much more you
right?
get out of this.
And he like, let's go grab a little cocktail. I'm really enjoying your company. I ain't got no way.
Still harmless.
Listen, I blocked off my whole schedule for you. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I ain't know how the day was gonna go. So if you free, if you and chances are you free.
All
So
good.
now y'all go have cocktails. So now
Yeah.
y'all at the bar. Y'all done had
Yeah.
several cocktails over a course of like 2 hours. It's 7:30, 8 p.m. now. You tied, your makeup tied, your feet tied, all the ties. But the bar is near his house. And then he like, man, still y'all like don't want the night to end. So let's have a little, if you want to come back to my house, I got all the liquors. I got the
all
brown,
the
the white,
drinks.
the Prosecco,
It's clean
the
over
white,
there.
the
The minute he
red.
It's
invites you
clean
back to
over
his
there.
house,
And he-
you already
That's
know.
clean.
That's it.
We
So the
already know
moment
what
You
you
want?
say.
I got a fresh T-shirt you can throw on.
Wait, he didn't get there yet. So then you like, all right, that's harmless, whatever. Okay, he like, yeah, we can do that, and then I can take you back to your car, whatever. So you now, so the plan in this, the manipulation is, over these course of like 6, 7, 8 hours, you now as the woman have this pseudo sense of intimacy.
Yeah.
He must really like me. He blocked off his entire day. He, you know, playing all these dates back to back to back. Oh, he don't want to, you know, he don't want to end this time with me. So I guess I should just go ahead and do it anyway. So now you end up at his house. He pop. Whole time this man started this a week ago when he knew he was gonna ask you out on a date. So he marathon dated you. He fit 4 dates into one night so he can pop at the end, and he might not even call you back tomorrow.
It's amazing.
What y'all think?
My immediate
It's
question
amazing.
is that really a thing?
It is a thing.
Absolutely, I have fell victim to.
I was just sitting here. That's why I was sitting here laughing like,
Hold
damn.
tight. All right.
That describes.
Now I'm questioning, like, was it organic or
Hold
did
tight.
I
And
get
that was the point I was trying to make. Why
know.
can't be
I
organic?
don't, because now I
It
don't know.
depends. It depends.
I need another brother on. Men don't. Men. I don't got too many men saying, "All right, look, this is gonna be the plan. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna go here,
Those are
and then
ones
we're
you
gonna
gotta watch
do
out
this,
for.
and then by 8, 9 o'clock, she probably gonna be tired, and I'm gonna make sure we go to a bar that's right around the corner from my house, and then it just happens organic. We've all had those type of evenings with people, whether they turn into something or not, and it's very organic.
So you ain't never playing one. Just
Hell
put it out
no.
there. Okay.
Nah,
I
my
think it
mind
has
don't
happened.
work that diabolically.
I think it
Not
has
at
happened,
all.
not with you, but I think that.
I mean, in the world, in the
Yeah,
history of the
dudes,
world,
yeah.
yes, I would imagine
So-
someone has done that. But
I think it may be more common than we think.
What I think, you know where that comes from, and I'm gonna say it.
Oh gosh.
I think where that comes from is that happening, women feeling guilty or feeling ashamed because they basically had sex on the first encounter, and after that encounter, add to the fact maybe the man all of a sudden isn't as enthusiastic about seeing you
But
and
why?
talking to you, and now they feel bad, so they gotta put it on something.
Really?
Yes.
That was your best response.
That was his best
Absolutely.
response.
That's what I feel like is what
That was
happens.
his best response.
That's where I think this is birthed from.
Okay.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you right now,
I'm not even going-
I had a good time. The times I possibly felt
See?
victim.
They be good
So
times.
I don't
See?
know
They
if
be
I was
good
victim or
times.
not. I
See?
cannot prove
You ain't
it
a victim.
in the
You
court
are
of
a
law.
co-conspirator.
But
That
what I'm
doesn't
saying
mean
is,
that the terminology is not valid.
exactly. That is not an actual thing. That is not an actual thing that is
And some
thought
guys
about
do
and
that.
planned out. And I will say this to any men who are out there marathon dating, I promise you, you don't need that much effort. When in the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of actually seeing you, vibing with you on that lunch date, we know if we gonna give it to you.
However, you don't
I
know.
promise.
Y'all,
You don't know if we gonna do it that
not
day.
that day. Like,
Oh,
I
so
guess.
now you prove my point,
No,
which is
no,
why
no,
he feel like
no.
I ain't got time to know if she
what
gonna
I'm
wait
saying
a
is,
week or two
what
or
I'm-
tonight.
I'm saying
Nah.
I'm making that point because that is different from what you're saying. You bringing up the fact that women know if they would sleep with you or not is okay, but it doesn't have any bearing on what we're talking
Yeah.
about because it's
All
about doing it that day.
All the more reason
Now,
why
now
he's
again,
doing it,
I'm saying,
so that he can guarantee. So his probability of getting it that night is greater.
do you think that
It's just so funny. I'm still running down the whole because she ran down the whole scenario because
that's how it be.
that be the timeline.
that's
It
how
be
it
like,
be. Y'all lunch.
we don't want to leave.
And then like a little activity,
Yeah.
right? We gonna go to Top Golf or like you said, bowling.
Bowling.
I know it's a new pool. It's a new pool hall there, and
and
it's black
every little
women
place we go
owned.
get closer and
And
closer,
closer to his spot. Yes, ma'am.
It get
Yes,
closer
ma'am.
and closer to his spot. It's like, oh yeah, now look around the corner.
Yes, ma'am.
We started in Bowie. How we end up in Wallow?
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
Who made this
That's what
decision?
happened. That what
I
happened.
did not sign up for this.
I wish I could get just one that be like, man, I
But
did
you know
that.
what?
I did that shit once
there
before.
have been times where I'm seeing that this is what's happening, and I just stay just to see what else you gonna do.
Really?
Like what else are you gonna do? And then at the end of the night, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going home. So your whole night is crushed because you're not gonna
Yeah.
get some. I'm just
But
saying,
see,
what you gonna do?
Now I'm glad you brought that up, right? Because I have been a man, real talk, that in situations like that, if it doesn't end in us sexing or even like going to second or third base, okay. I'm all right with that. The only thing I'm really mainly concerned about is, one, if I like her, and God, I hope she like me. That's it. If we good on that and we had a good time with each other, that's the win right there.
Yeah, but some
That's the
guys
win.
they don't have that attitude. Some guys they feel like they supposed to get a kiss on the first. They supposed to get,
Entitlement is
I mean,
real.
it's
We know
just
But
that.
if we have a good time, she gonna kiss me.
okay.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm
Point
saying?
That's just what it is. But I ain't saying we gonna end up in
You
bed.
are absolutely making this
I ain't
point
saying
now.
we gonna
Come
end up
on.
in bed. I ain't saying we gonna end
But
up in
what
bed.
entitles you to a
Some
kiss?
guys- some
Well,
guys
she
do.
can
It's
like
not
she
a-
can like you 100%.
It's
That's
not
what
an
makes you
entitlement.
do it.
It's just a-
Our first kiss shouldn't lead to your hand on my titty either. Like, why is your hand moving that way?
Well, wait
We
a
not
minute.
even get
No,
to that
this ain't
point.
gonna be on
Wait a minute.
somebody's
Like,
titty.
it's like, what we doing?
Wait a minute.
We
No,
just
hold
said we
up.
gonna
Are
kiss
we about-
tonight.
Do you want to have an adult
We just said we gonna kiss
conversation
tonight.
right
I didn't
now?
say you can move your hand nowhere.
Listen, listen. If we, there's levels.
Because at this age,
Because at this age, if we kissing, if we let's be real. If we kissing, it also depends on where we at.
It
Like
depends.
I ain't gonna do all that maybe on your front step and I'm dropping you off or something like that. But if we're in the house and we share a first kiss and we kiss, right?
And there's the passionate
And
kiss.
it's passionate. I might grab your face a little bit or back of your, and you and I'm feeling you digging into that passion too. If I touch your titty, you are not gonna be like, oh. You ain't gonna be like,
yeah.
oh, boo.
No,
oh,
that's
boo,
not
oh,
bad.
oh.
No, that's how was
Nah.
that's too bad. That's how was in law when she said that. I was like, well,
Nah.
sis, not too much.
See?
I might be putting your hand right now. Right?
You might right. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, that still don't mean it's going to lead to
depends.
sex
It
or nothing like
depends.
that.
It
That does
depends.
not mean, and that does not mean it's going to lead to sex. But I think that in those times, what happens is you and that person see if there are sparks.
Yeah.
Because I've been on dates with women, and we had a great time. We had a good time. We laughed, but it wasn't no spark. It wasn't no romantic spark.
Yeah.
They be like,
Yeah.
yeah, this ain't worth for the second.
Hey, we might even, say the quick little, kiss, whatever. But
Kiss on his cheek.
when it
He made
sparked,
sure to-
when it sparked, it's like, okay, all right,
And it
we
do
got
become
something here.
those, we don't want the night to end.
We
Or
got
it
something
do
here.
become
Yeah.
something like that. So it does,
I
it's
feel
a great
like you
feeling.
gotta know that it's a spark before even before the kiss.
Nah.
I ain't about to do 3-4
Yeah, no.
dates all day. Like I can genuinely feel if there's chemistry within that two hours of a lunch date.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I mean? To know from
chemistry,
I agree.
I guess when I say spark, though, I mean like
It's like that instant type of, it's
Like-
chemistry, but it's that instant.
we can have
feeling, you know?
chemistry as far as like how we engage, how we look at each other. I'm attracted to you, you attracted to me.
Mm-hmm.
But spark is
Damn.
yeah,
Spark is like that damn.
yeah,
That damn feeling.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because you can have. What if you got chemistry with a dude and all that, and then when y'all do kiss, it's like, what is he doing? That might ruin everything for
Oh,
you.
it
That
will.
might be like womp womp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
nah, this
will.
ain't it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or it's just awkward or what
Mm-hmm.
have you. But if it's not and you got that spark that come with it, like she said, it's like, damn.
Yeah, it's like damn.
Like that's a good base,
It
right?
is.
We got along, whatever, and there's a spark. And that spark doesn't necessarily mean it has to lead to sex
Oh
and
yeah,
all that.
no, it doesn't.
Absolutely not. But at least you walk away thinking or kind of thinking about when we do take it there. Or,
It'd be like, oh, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, and all
I
that.
wonder when it's gonna be.
Yeah,
Like.
so spark, man.
But then
spark.
the worst thing comes is when you do take it, then that shit be whack, and you be like, man.
Right. Wasn't even juice wasn't even
And that happens too.
Spark
Sometimes
gone.
it just people just ain't on the same.
But I think
Yeah.
it's important to, I think that's one of the fun things about when you're in the dating world too. You know, you can kind of see what you like, what you don't like, and you may find because you may be that situation where y'all have chemistry, y'all have this big old spark, and then you know when the honeymoon phase is over, so to speak, it's just like or you do. Insert sex into the picture, and you guys don't have chemistry sexually. Then it's like, what do you do? You guys have a great relationship. You got, you feel like this could be your best friend, or so it's so many different
variables with
Absolutely.
it,
and it really just depends on where you are at the time of your life.
I will get to some of these comments. I know. So she had said all that for nothing. Plot twist whole time. The nigga pick you up and you be like, thanks for a good time. What you said, Ty, like, let him go ahead and plan. Let me see how great of a planner you are. I want to see all 4 dates.
I want to see how far you going to go on this. Like, how much you going to do?
Elle says sometimes it genuinely is about enjoying the company. So,
Absolutely.
like, you know, 1 day can lead into 4 days. All niggas ain't trying to pop. And then Desiree said, so wait a minute, you feel entitled to her titty boo?
No.
That's exactly what he said.
No.
That's exactly
I
what
felt
he
like
said.
it was. He said he felt entitled.
The way she kissed me, she gave me the green light.
No, that is not true though.
You just agreed with me. And so did you.
No, I did not.
You said you might put his hand on it for you.
Right, but I ain't say you. No. Because this is how it started. No, this is how it started because you said you was like, once she spent time with me, she gonna want a kiss, and I was like, so you feel entitled to a kiss?
Yes,
but you try to twist our words.
But you said, because you said, oh yeah, nah, she gonna definitely kiss me. I'm like, damn, you feel entitled to a kiss even after all the good time,
entitlement,
right? But then you said, wait, if you sitting there slobbing me down like. I'm gonna touch your titty, and I was like, well, that don't mean I want you to touch your titty.
That's not what I said.
What did you say?
I don't know, but I didn't say that.
It was something like that. You was like, but I'm gonna move and touch your titty.
And when I said it,
can somebody put in the chat? I need y'all to put in the chat if Boots said that once she gonna automatically he gonna get a kiss, and then 2 once he's slobbing her down and touching her face, he gonna touch a titty. Did anybody else hear that?
I said that. Now that I did say,
right.
But I said that in response to what Ty said when she was like, "Hey, you might want to touch a titty." Of course, I'm gonna want to touch, and you gonna want me to touch it too.
Why would you think that?
Because the kiss good.
Because the kiss good.
History tells the story.
But is your history with me?
History and experience tells the story.
How many out of what's the ratio? Like how many out of how many let you touch the titty out?
Proof of that.
Right, like what makes him think he knows what a woman wants is going
proof of
She's
that.
telling you to give us the data,
Proof
man.
of that is how both of you responded in kind. With this one even saying, I might put his hand on her titty.
Just taking your little hand.
I mean, obviously,
and
like
telling you
know, we know
it's all right.
We know how far we gonna let
It's
a dude go. You know, we know how far we gonna let him go. So,
and as a man,
and a lot of times we want to feel in control of that, even though we know.
And all jokes aside, for real, on the real, as a man, at least me, I can't speak with nobody. As a man, I know I'm able to tell. Will this be inappropriate to her? Will this be invited? Or am I going too far? Am I about to do too much? Right? I can just tell by what we're doing, the chemistry of everything that has happened up until that point. Like, and I would say in my adult life, 9.99 times out of 10, I've been able to be careful not to like offend anybody or get smacked in the face because I did something I wasn't supposed to be doing or whatever. So yeah,
But every dude not like that.
Well, I mean, every dude ain't me. So
I mean, you know, I'm just saying, like every
every dude ain't me. So
God.
I understand.
Oh, Lord.
Have you ever misread it? Have
Like,
you ever
right.
done it and someone was like, "Nah, that's not how far I wanted to take it."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But never in the sense that they were offended or they was like,
Gotcha.
nigga. What you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It was just like,
There's
maybe
like
I don't
that.
want to go that
Like,
far
I just
to
don't
that
want
base.
to. I don't want to even go down that road
That
because I
one.
don't know
Oh.
where it may land. Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a more positive response
Yeah.
versus like, wait, go back up. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And I mean, I think every man has been there where, you know, especially when you're young, you know, you try and a woman say no and you better stop immediately, and that's just what it is. But as you get older, I think with experience and honestly just being respectful to the person that you with, you know.
Have you as a man, have you had to tell a woman like, nah, I don't think we should?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Sorry,
like,
yes,
Can you
it's
give
very
a scenario?
serious.
Think long.
There have been times when, see,
No, go ahead.
Where y'all in the middle of the hot and
Was she
passionate
like
kiss, and then you said,
giving
"No,
too
no, no."
much? Like,
there have
I'm
been
a gentleman.
times. There have been times when there have been scenarios where man and woman have dealt with each other for a while or whatever, and then for whatever reason it goes awry.
Okay.
And he feels like, yo, we probably shouldn't take it down that road, but I still rock with her. I still whoop. And then somehow, some way, you're alone, opportunity arises, and he may be feeling like, dang, I want her, but this ain't gonna be good. This, if we do this, we gonna go right back to where we are, or that's the same girl that bust out my car window. So nah, and so in those type of times, yeah, you might more times than not. No, he end up, yeah, but yeah, there've been times where you like, nah, man, let's not even open up this can of work because I know how this movie ends.
but what if it's a new
But
chick?
on rip,
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like a new, you know,
More than
first
likely,
date or
nah.
something. You gonna just go?
Yeah.
more than likely, nah, for the most part. I mean, unless something happens, if she smells or you in our house and a roach crawl.
My God, today.
You might just be turned off, but for the most part,
It's like, what's up? What's up?
that's just real. That's just being real, right? You know? I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but
Yeah.
yeah, for the most part, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna take a dip in the Lake Minnetonka, and where we go from there.
And just for the sake of just letting you know that sometimes it may be your best bet to allow the woman to take your hand and place it on the titty. This is my last time talking about this titty. Desiree said, if I kiss you or lick your bald head, you are still not entitled to touch my titty. So just, you know, it may behoove you moving forward that if
Was she entitled to kiss my bald head?
she said lick it.
That's even more.
Desiree,
did I tell you could lick?
I actually just thought that too. Like, dang.
Did I tell you could lick my
Yeah,
bald
the
head?
standard ain't right.
I
The
mostly
standard
did
ain't
not.
right.
I most certainly
The
did not.
standard ain't standard.
Unhand me, woman.
When you say it like that,
When you
know?
said
Right.
kind of made his point a little bit.
But
you
you
better-
even still, you
But
still
you
can't
better
touch the titty.
believe,
Kinda made his point.
Desiree, if she licked a man's bald head and he touched her titties, she ain't gonna have no problem with
Well,
it.
goddamn. Well, I don't
And
know.
I tell her I said it.
I'd like to think if I'm licking a
Damn.
bald head, I'm in it to win it at that
Yeah,
point.
at that point, if I'm licking your head,
yeah, we just gonna
we
go
on the
ahead
poppin'.
for it.
I was
Oh
about
man.
I was about to say something too, and it would have. I'm gonna apologize to Desiree in my mind. Because I know
thought
her.
you were, because when you
'Cause I
looked
know
in the
her.
car, I was like,
Yeah.
no, don't do it, friend. I thought you was,
'Cause I
because you
know
looked
her.
dead in the camera.
And I know what she looked like. And so yeah, she licked somebody bald head. He gonna grab, and she ain't gonna have no problem with it. And generally speaking,
Fair enough.
you
Fair
can't be
enough.
licking bald head.
You can't go around licking bald
Can't do that.
heads.
Ain't no man
saying,
that gonna
"Oh, that
respond
was
to that.
just very,
His
you
hands
know,
gonna get
yeah."
the roaming.
I think I have to agree with that.
There's definitely a point to that.
Yeah.
But there are double standards, and so it is
Very
interesting
much
because
so.
that kind of just paints the picture of how there are so many double
Very
standards
much
when
so.
it comes to
Very
what
much
men
so.
can do versus what women
Very,
Yes.
very
can
much
get away
so.
with.
Yes,
so.
very,
Very
much
much
so.
so. Maybe we could do a show about double standards.
Which is why we will forever be hoes if we, give it up on the first date, and y'all never will
I
be
wouldn't call
hoes.
nobody a hoe.
No, we know what
'Cause they
happens though.
give-
I
yeah,
mean,
that's true.
at this point, we're
The way
labeled.
men gossip is just hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just-
Now that's another thing. That's another topic for sure.
Put it
This
on there.
whole men
I'm ready
gossip
because
thing,
it's the truth.
Are you trying to
Better
you,
than
you don't believe
better
that
than
happens?
women sometimes.
you know, I believe it. Only reason why I believe it because I hear it so much.
Better than women sometimes.
But I try, and I really, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I try to completely objectively think about, all right, me and my homies, like, what do we talk about? Do we gossip? And I'm like, now we may talk about the things that's going on in each other's lives with the woman that they might be dating right now, or their woman,
That's gossip.
or what have. How is that gossip?
It's gossip. It's all gossip.
You would classify friends, real friends, just sharing to each other about things that's going on in their life
No,
as gossip.
for me-
gossip is you talking about shit that don't involve you.
Yeah.
You probably don't even know what's really going on, or
The
some he say,
reason
she
I say it's
shit.
gossip is because I'm going to assume that it's not always good stuff, right? Right? If your homeboy may be in a
Right.
relationship and he's
Okay,
bringing something, okay. Did she give him permission to take whatever they have going on outside? So it's gossip. If she takes what y'all going through to her girls, it's immediately gossip. So why isn't that the same on the
I
reversal?
wouldn't necessarily call it gossip if she talks to her friends about.
I think it's a boundary too. Like you
There's certain things,
there's
of course.
certain things
Yes,
that you
yes.
should not be talking to your friends
Absolutely.
about. You know?
Absolutely. And there's certain things I don't talk to my friends.
Yeah.
We don't talk about, even as single men, we don't, if you dating somebody and you, don't come to me like, hey, Boots, man, I was with Shorty last night in the hotel. We was doing, first of all, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about what you did
But,
sexually with no
yeah.
woman. I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't bring that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember a quick story. I remember one time I was with one of my best friends. We was in Miami, and met one of his homies. And that night, and after maybe like an hour of meeting him, this dude flips out his phone and he showing me videos of him sleeping with a woman.
Ugh, not the porn.
Because he started
that's
off.
what we talk
he
about.
started off talking about, yeah, you know, I get these brides, and I was with this exotic joint. Man, look, I'm thinking he about to like show me like some pictures of them like on the beat, like straight up like porn. I'm like, you go. First of all, why would you want another man even watching you in that type of vulnerability? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So, nah, man, me and my friends, we just.
But to your point, what you say, I think that is fine as long as there's certain boundaries to what you like. I wouldn't want your
Yeah.
friends knowing all my business, that
Yeah,
type
no.
of thing.
Yeah,
But,
there's
you know,
certain-
there's a cutoff.
Absolutely.
But the other part where the guy's showing, random stuff, like that's the kind of gossip I think that I'm more so talking about. Especially, like I said, DC is small. This area is
Yeah.
small, and they could be, whether it's playing basketball, these total strangers, y'all just having conversation and. Talking about this chick or that chick, or line.
Because it's all
more
experience,
so the
right?
line, right?
Because
and
it's all
line.
about your experience, and yes, you're sharing it, but it's still gossip when it involves another party that you're speaking in not such a good light about, right?
It does gossip for the classified as gossip. It's about whether it's positive or negative. Because I think gossip can be positive for sure.
It can be.
Give me that in context.
Let's Google it.
Like
Yeah, I want to
like-
do
like-
that.
like-
I want to do that.
if I don't know, you telling somebody about how I got a new job and I bought this car, nigga, you gossiping. They don't know me. Why they gotta know that?
Yeah.
If
They ain't one of our homies.
Even though
They
it's
ain't-
a positive kind of
Yeah, that ain't. They don't need to know all that. Yeah, Boots just bought a house. Why? How did that come up in your conversation?
Right. Why are you talking about me?
Like, no. So yeah, nah.
No.
No, man.
So, by definition,
Uh-huh.
gossip, and in the noun context. It's casual or unconstrained conversation or reports about other people, typically involving details that are not confirmed as being true. So it's that deception part that, you know, that kind of leave it like that
what I was
ambiguity
saying.
that, you know,
That's what I was saying. Yeah, man. That's
like the context of, but I guess that could be.
So it's still on a negative, you know, it's still
Kinda negative content,
because
yeah.
From that definition, it's basically saying gossip is someone lying on about
Mm-hmm.
But basically, they were saying what I said. That's that's at the end result. That's basically.
Oh, Lord.
All right,
So
y'all.
rumor. Yeah.
Go to the next topic. Say no.
My goodness.
Shoot, we about wrapped, man. We almost at 10 o'clock, man.
All right.
Yes, the time flies when you're having fun.
It really does.
Thank y'all for joining us again, Ty. I really, really appreciate
Thank
you
y'all
being
for
here,
having us.
sweetheart.
Oh my God, it was
Fun.
great.
Thank you so much. We got to bring you back on sometime.
For sure.
This is fun.
Maybe, I was talking to you about, maybe we got a whole Flood the Blocks crew back on.
Reunion show.
One
Oh,
day,
a
reunion,
reunion.
and get Dre and Samando back on or whatever. But again, thank you for everything. I will definitely be leaning on you for advice and should we do this? And if I need a quick little, maybe you can make my promotion post every other week. Since you did the little sweet jump yesterday. I throw you a juice every now and then for that.
Let me tell y'all about these juices. Okay? I had
infused
this juice.
extract. Extract.
It's so good. It's so good, but you need to really be
Dangerously good.
careful. You need to really be careful because I remember, and I remember I had it. I drank it, and it was like it took a minute. And it started kicking up. I was like, yo, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, when you just stuck, that it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it can
But it's
stand to
good.
have some dosing instructions on it for sure because I mean it's juice and it tastes so good and it be, you know, in true edible form it takes a bit to get there. And I remember the first time I had some, I want to say I drank about a quarter of the bottle. That was far too much. I could have probably
I be crushing that. I crushed that whole bottle,
could've
child.
sued you.
I was like, hey, party. It was good though. Y'all need to get y'all some.
Yes,
just
holla
be
at
careful.
infused extract.
Just be
Holla at-
careful. If you
holla
don't,
at them
if you're
people,
not a
man.
smoker or something like that, I would advise you to
Holla at
take
them
little,
people.
you know.
You
What's-
are them people.
Ty, thanks again. Thanks again for coming on and
Thank
chopping
you
it
for
up with
having
us.
me.
We really, Maul, thank you, brother, for
Thank
putting
you,
together
Maul.
another amazing production.
Every
Shout
week.
out to all of y'all. Again, we are looking for sponsors. Please come holler at us. Let's do business. Let's get it popping and continue to support us. Continue to share the YouTube page and subscribe, Facebook, all that good stuff. We ain't got no name. We out.
We out.